Modern cars are faster than ever, more efficient, packed with technology. On paper, they're the best cars we've ever built. But talk to owners, mechanics, even engineers, and you'll hear a different story. More failures, more complexity, higher repair costs, and fewer cars making it past 200,000 miles. So what actually changed? Because this isn't just nostalgia. There are real, measurable reasons why modern cars feel worse, and it all comes down to how and why they're built today. Modern cars are engineered around first impressions, not long-term ownership. Think about how cars are sold today. Most buyers test drive for maybe 15 minutes. Compare features, not durability. Care about comfort, screens, and performance. So manufacturers optimize for that experience. That's why modern cars prioritize instant throttle response, ultra-smooth transmissions, quiet cabins with heavy insulation, large, responsive touchscreens. But here's what doesn't show up on a test drive. Long-term wear heat stress over time, component fatigue after 100,000 plus miles. This leads to something called design life targeting. Instead of overbuilding components to last indefinitely, manufacturers design them to last through the warranty period. Slightly beyond average ownership, this reduces cost, weight, and improves efficiency. But it also means less margin for aging. Older vehicles were often over-engineered. Parts were stronger than necessary. Modern vehicles are precision-engineered. Parts are just strong enough. That difference is huge over time. One of the biggest shifts in modern cars is downsizing engines and adding turbochargers. Instead of a naturally aspirated V6 or V8, you now get a smaller turbocharged four-cylinder. Why? Because of emissions and fuel economy regulations. Smaller engines burn less fuel under light load. Turbochargers provide power when needed, but this creates a trade-off. Modern engines operate under higher cylinder pressures, higher temperatures, increased thermal cycling. This leads to increased stress on pistons and rings, head gaskets, cooling systems, oil systems. Turbochargers themselves are another failure point. They spin at over 100,000 RPM, depend on perfect oil flow, operate under extreme heat. And when they fail, repairs are expensive. Older engines produced power through displacement. Modern engines produce power through boost and stress. And over time, stress wins. Modern transmissions now have 8, 9, even 10 speeds. This improves fuel economy, acceleration, engine efficiency, but it also increases complexity dramatically. More gears means more clutch packs, more valves, more electronic control systems. Shifts are now managed by software, not just hydraulics. That allows smoother operation, but introduces software glitches, calibration issues, expensive reprogramming. Older transmissions, like 4-speed automatics, were simpler, had fewer failure points, were easier to rebuild. Modern transmissions are often sealed units, difficult to service, expensive to replace entirely. So while performance improves, long-term serviceability declines. Direct injection has become standard in modern engines. Instead of spraying fuel into the intake, fuel is injected directly into the combustion chamber. Benefits: more precise fuel control, better efficiency, more power. But it removes a key function. Fuel no longer cleans the intake valves. Over time, oil vapors from the PCV system build up carbon deposits. This leads to reduced airflow misfires, rough, idle loss of performance. Fixing it requires walnut blasting or chemical cleaning. Specialized service. Older port-injected engines didn't have this issue to the same degree. Some modern engines now combine port injection plus direct injection, but many still rely heavily on direct injection alone. So while efficiency improved, maintenance complexity increased. Modern cars are essentially computers on wheels. A single vehicle can have 50+ control modules, miles of wiring. Dozens of sensor systems include engine control, transmission control, stability control, driver assistance, infotainment. These systems communicate constantly, which means one failure can cascade into others. Example: a faulty sensor may cause warning lights limp mode, reduce performance diagnosing. This requires scan tools, software access, manufacturer-specific data. Repairs are no longer mechanical, they're diagnostic, and often time-consuming, expensive, not DIY-friendly. Older cars had fewer electronics. Modern cars rely on them for everything. That increases capability, but also increases failure points. Modern vehicles use lighter materials to improve efficiency. Thinner metals, aluminum components, plastics and composites. This helps fuel economy, emissions handling, but can reduce long-term durability, resistance to wear and heat. Plastic components in particular become brittle over time, crack under heat cycles, fail earlier than metal equivalents. Examples: plastic intake manifolds, cooling system fittings, interior components. Older cars used heavier materials. They were less efficient, but often more durable long-term. A major reason for all these changes is regulation. Governments require lower emissions, higher fuel efficiency, increased safety. This forces manufacturers to reduce engine size, add emission systems, EGR, catalytic systems, etc., increase structural complexity for crash safety. While beneficial overall, these systems add cost complexity, maintenance requirements. Manufacturers aren't always choosing complexity. They're often required to implement it. The way people own cars has changed. More people now lease trade in every few years. Avoid long-term ownership. Manufacturers respond by optimizing for 3-5-year reliability, warranty coverage, initial quality, not necessarily 15-20-year durability. This aligns production with consumer behavior, but reduces focus on longevity. Modern cars are harder to repair, not because mechanics are worse, but because systems are more integrated. Simple repairs may require removing multiple components, reprogramming modules, calibrating sensors. Parts are also more expensive due to electronics. Manufacturing complexity, labor costs increase. Due to diagnostic time, specialized tools. This shifts ownership cost higher over time. Modern cars are not strictly worse. They are safer, more efficient, more powerful. But they trade simplicity, durability, ease of repair for performance, technology, compliance. So the real answer is not that cars got worse. It's that priorities changed. Modern cars are built for a different world, a world of regulations, technology, shorter ownership cycles. And while they excel in many areas, they've lost some of what made older vehicles so dependable. So the next time someone says modern cars are better, ask one question: better for how long? If you've owned both modern and older cars, you've probably felt this difference firsthand. Drop a comment. Which do you trust more? And if you want more deep dives like this, make sure to subscribe.